We just got a closer look at one of Rimworld Anomaly's most terrifying new features. This is the first of what I assume will be 3 previews for Rimworld Anomaly posted by the devs leading up to its release. In this one, we get to learn more about the mass of flesh that can start growing and spreading across your map. There are a few ways that you can encounter this horrible entity. One way is when you get a distress call from a nearby settlement. If you visit them, you'll be greeted by flesh beasts which spawned from the mass itself, walls of tissue covering everything in sight, and of course the dead bodies of the people who called for your help. When you kill a large flesh beast, it will explode into several smaller ones which will make them difficult to deal with. The best way to take care of them and the rest of the fleshy superorganism is to use the new flamethrowers at the risk of burning some of the loot you can find while doing this. The flesh mass will have features on it such as flesh bulbs, so you'll be able to see it in the dark, and flesh sacs, which are digestive organs that can be broken open to free the inorganic matter that couldn't be digested. Another way that you can encounter this event is in the unfortunate scenario that the flesh mass heart spawns near your colony. If this happens, your only 2 choices are to either destroy the heart before it consumes your entire base, or flee as the flesh mass will begin to grow from beneath the heart. The mass will of course defend itself with its spitters, which shoot acid at your colonists, and its flesh beasts. There are actually 3 kinds of these flesh beasts. Tough spikes, which are man-sized lumps of roiling flesh with 2 spiked limbs and a keratin-armored carapace. Tri-spikes are smaller 3-pronged entities, and the singular finger spikes, which are the smallest form. As mentioned before, when you kill the bigger ones, they break down into multiple of the smaller ones before being completely defeated. Once you have killed enough flesh beasts and destroyed enough of the nerve bundles on the flesh mass, you will have collected a good amount of neural lumps which can be studied to learn the secrets to destroying the heart and killing the flesh mass for good. The final way in which this monstrosity can be encountered is when the ground begins to shake and a sinkhole opens up called the Pit Gate. This is where the flesh mass heart came from, and you will need to descend into its depths in order to wipe out the whole thing for good. When you get down there, you will have to navigate caverns of flesh until you find the dread meld, which is controlling the entire organism with its strong psychic connection. Once you defeat it, you will need to get out of the pit quickly before it collapses in on the colonists inside. After this, the pit will close and you will be safe from the flesh beasts, and the mass of flesh will no longer plague your world. That's all for this Rimworld Anomaly preview. The DLC releases in 3 weeks from now, and during that time, we can expect to get a couple more of these closer looks, so make sure to stay tuned to my channel as I cover it all.